party in the state.
Thank you very much. You agree with me that the present governor of Edo State was first elected under the platform of the APC before he defected to the PDP for a second term. And it is also very clear that immediately the governor defected from the APC, he lost touch with the development stride and strategy of the party. So therefore, the governor of Edo State is seen to be one of the worst performing governors in Nigeria today. So his poor performance has already scored the APC candidate very high. And you agree with me again?
But let me come in. Sorry. Such word, is quite derogatory. But you told us at the beginning of this program that he was elected in his first term under the platform of the APC. Probably then he was working very hard, I guess.
Of course.
So now that he's now in PDP, he's not working. He's no longer working.
APC has its manifesto. PDP also had its manifesto. The manifesto of the PDP is different from that of the APC. So APC is concentrating on development and progress of the people, while PDP have a diverse view. So I am saying that when immediately Obaseki left the APC, his ideology changed because that of the party that he went to, he needed to implement. And that is why he has a major setback in the terms of development. Today, the candidate of the APC in Edo State is the candidate of the people. If you go to the street of Edo State, from all the 18 local government, the people decided for a particular candidate, and that is the candidate of the party. Now, the job is easier for the APC because we have a very highly competent candidate that is accepted by the Edo people. So winning the general election is like an easygoing stride for the APC.
Exactly, but even your party had some issues at the primaries because the Dausa was declared winner. And I don't know, I'm not a member of any party, so I may not know the internal runnings. But what was the major issue that led to the, in quote, the cancellation of the Dausa primary?
There was nothing like cancellation of the primary in the first instance.
Yeah.
So primary election was announced to hold on the 17th and 18th of February. And during the collation process, thugs invaded the venue, destroyed some of these results, and cut away with it. At that period, the Senator Hope Uzodinma-led committee now announced a separate venue for announcement. So some of the results that were being collated were not fully collated because of the distortion during that attack by the thugs. So therefore, result was announced by Senator Hope Uzodinma, which you know very well that the party has already written to INEC with a designated collation center. So where that result was announced for was not the collation center. So the National Working Committee had to critically look into it.
So will you tell me that the election, the second election being, conducted by the governor of Cross River State, was that a supplementary election or fresh one?
It was not a supplementary, it was not a fresh election, it was a continuation. Because at the process of intervention of those thugs or that invaded the venue, some of these results that were being collated were distorted. So we had to go back to collate results, true results from the 18 local government. And when these results were collated, the true winner was announced. You will agree with me again that from that election, the first election that was aborted, that 3 candidates emerged. These 3 candidates emerged, and truly they emerged from their various places. So in the area in Edo North, a person who thought he has won in Edo North declared himself, another person won in Edo Central declared himself, and the other person won in Edo East declared himself. So that is why we have 3 candidates. But at the long run, when the true results were collated, on the day of that completion of the election, you agree with me that the result was truly collated, completed, and the true winner was announced. As we speak, we had 12 candidates that contested that election under the platform of the APC.
12 aspirants here.
12.
12 aspirants.
12 aspirants. No, they can be called candidates. They are candidates. 12 candidates of the party that contested. Out of the 12, only 2 are now aggrieved. Major aggrieved persons are 2. And the party is working on them. The party is talking to them. Because this has to do with the people of Edo State. It has to do with the party winning the election. It was not any sentiment. The Abdullahi Umar Ganduje-led National Working Committee critically look at all the loopholes, the chances that are available for the party to win election. And they advise Edo people. And you see today we have a harmonious party. And we assure you that APC will win Edo State just in less than 2-3 hours to the election. You will see results start coming out.
2-3 hours to the election?
Yes, to the completion of the election. Then where results start coming out, you will see that too.
I was thinking 2-3 hours before the commencement.
No, to the end of the election.
I would have accused you, probably you want to write results. No. Anyway, that is on a lighter note.
Yes.
But before the previous election, PDP won and APC didn't make it. Probably your party must have learned some lessons. So what are some of the issues that you think are giving you upper hand? Because the issue of the candidate,
yes,
this time the candidate must come from
yes,
the central and all that. These are some of the issues in Edo State. So what are some of the chances? The
chances are there. Like in the previous election, as you rightly stated, there were sort of complaints emanating from imposition of candidates. But today, we had a process where the people elected their own candidate. The flag bearer of the party is truly the choice of the people and reflects the true sense of Edo people. If you go and do your analysis or statistics of those who are ready to vote in that election, out of 100%, we have at least 70% that are ready to vote for the APC candidate because of his track record. You will also agree with me that in Edo today, because of the abysmal performance of the PDP-led government, and you can see what is happening between the PDP governor and his deputy governor, which that PDP as a party has already been destroyed. Divided, so probably that is to your own advantage. Yes, of course. But even the party, just as you are working to bring in the other person, that is Idausa, to reconcile with him so that the party will be one, probably that is the same thing PDP is also doing with Shuaibu. So probably here at this point was even given a fair play.
Yes,
Idausa contested the election,
and even PDP.
Listen, Idausa contested the election. You get it. At the point, it was even declared.
Let me take this. Winner. Let me take this. If the graphics is ready, because let's take this story by Edo PDP, because the National Working Committee of the PDP has set up an 11-man post-primary election reconciliation committee for Edo State to manage the fallout of the just concluded party primary in the state. The party's national publicity secretary, in a statement, announced Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed as chairman of the committee, which also has former Kaduna and Bayelsa State Governors Ahmed Makrafi and Siraka Dixon, Senator Tunde Ogbeya and Stella Omo as members. Former PDP National Legal Advisor Emmanuel Enodem San is to serve as secretary, while Jacob Otukba was named as administrative secretary. The committee is charged with the responsibility of reconciling all critical stakeholders and party members in Edo State ahead of the September 21st, 2024 governorship election in the state. PDP has already set up a committee. Has your party also set up such a reconciliation committee, or they are still in the process? My
party is already on. We did not just set up a reconciliation committee. The reconciliation committee has already worked on about 9 aspirants or candidates that participated in the election that have also accepted the outcome of the election. As I can tell you categorically clear that the party is also working on the remaining 2 aspirants to ensure that we all work under the same atmosphere. But I want to tell you again that in the case of APC in Edo State, we conducted primary elections. All the aspirants participated in the election. In the case of PDP, they conducted 2 parallel primary elections, where one, the deputy governor emerged, and the second one, the preferred candidate of the sitting governor emerged. Now, are you going to reconcile the deputy governor with the governor when he was not even allowed to participate in contesting the election in the central area? Or are you going to accept the result of the election that he contested and won? So the process of reconciliation in that matter is very, very tedious, because what happened in Edo was, in the PDP area, was there was no fair share or not even recognition in regard to a sitting deputy governor. So therefore, when you are talking about chances of winning, we are not even looking at the crack in PDP.
So who is this kind? I know it's a serving senator.
We are not looking at the crack. Listen first. We are not looking at the crack in PDP as a major source of APC victory.
Exactly, but
we are looking at the performance and the credibility of the APC candidate.
Your candidate is a serving senator, I guess.
Yes.
That means he must have done a lot for his people. Can we know this man? That yes. Who is that you think people of Edo State should vote for him? Let's leave
I am not here to campaign for him as a person.
But for your party.
Now, listen.
But he represents your party.
I'm not here to campaign for him as a party.
Okay.
Because the national leadership of the party is going to set up campaign team for Edo State, where we will go to unveil the qualities of the candidate that we have. But what I want you to understand here is the fact that Senator Monday Okpobelo is not just a senator, but a highly distinguished senator who has been able
So what are those things that made him so distinguished?
Who has been able to distinguish himself in the areas of service delivery. If you go to Edo State today, Monday is one of the key persons that on the street of Edo State people want to reckon with. He is somebody that has given almost all his life to serve the less privileged in the society. Is somebody who believes...
I was thinking you will unveil this at the day of the campaign, so I think we should just let that be.
I have told you that.
Let's in the studio, let's take our final lap of the discussion. So let's hear from you on your final thoughts. What do you think the Edo people should expect, especially because if, for instance, APC takes charge of Edo State, they have that connection with the federal. So in terms of development, what are some of the issues you think your party will bring on board? We are not talking of the personality here, but at least as a political party. So yes, that they will have reason.
As the manifesto presents itself, the Renew Hope agenda, the hope of all Nigerians will be renewed. You will also agree with me that at this particular time, the Edo people need not just the federal government, but need the APC to implement the Renew Hope manifesto in the state. The state has been backward. The state has been lacking in development. If you go to Edo State today, they have the worst drainage system in the country. You go to Edo State today, a state that have existed for years, you expect to see even development. Those things are absent in the state. But the APC administration will restore the hope of the common people of Edo State. The APC-led administration in Edo State, by the grace of God, after this election, will also be able to alienate the suffering of the Edo people. But I want to assure you that the federal government, irrespective of either being APC control state or not, is bent on savaging the entire population of Nigeria. Okay, but you see that even states with PDP control state, Abuja control state, Labour Party control state, they all assess the federal government. President Tinubu is being lenient and generous to all the states, almost on equal basis. So, but it will be good for Edo State to be in the platform of the party APC because of our evil manifesto.
Is he also generous to the Edo State PDP, the governor?
Yes,
PDP?
he is.
And if generous to the state and the state is still 100% backward, as you describe it, it's a kind of paradox I don't understand.
The governor is the one that has failed to develop the state. And that is why you see
federal is giving him the money.
Federal is giving him the money.
And everything.
To all the states.
Okay, apart from PDP, you also know that there are other political parties. 16 of them are participating. And in the Labour Party, we have the likes of former president of NBA, Akpata, and Olumide Akpata, and the rest. To you, these people are not threat to your party?
No, Akpata is not a threat to my party because everybody knows that Akpata is an associate of the failed government of Obaseki. And the Edo people are not ready to associate with anything Obaseki. So Akpata is already part of the Obaseki's strategy of bringing a Labour Party and the PDP together. So the Edo people have unanimously decided that this time it is for the APC, because APC is for the rescue mission in Edo State.
All right, thank you very much, my guest. I think we have